I joined 1989, but there was a one-year waiting list. So I actually started 1990.
Okay.
And before joining Cedar Brae, I did go to see at least 3 other clubs. And I did not like the golf course, so although I wasn't a golfer, I'm a beginner. When I came to Cedar Brae, I really liked the course because of the river and the terrain. I called and I talked to the general manager, Jack Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
It so happened that Jack Gallagher and I were both members at Toronto Squash Club in 1970s when it first opened up. And so I knew Jack, and Jack invited me out to have a look at the course. First year was very interesting because the club was very full, so all the morning sessions are fully booked, and if you don't know anybody, you can't join them. One morning I showed up and there was an open spot, so I joined them, and I played with them for a number of years after.
Oh,
So they always start at 7 o'clock in the morning and takes them 3 hours and a half to finish the game if the back nine's not held up.
Yeah, right. Do you remember who you were playing with back then?
Yeah, Dr. Stitt, Dr. Addersley,
Fantastic.
unfortunately both deceased.
Yes.
Playing with Stitt and Addersley one Sunday morning. Addersley wasn't playing well and was in a foul mood. On the 3rd hole he teed off, first ball went to the right. He put another ball down and hit the second ball, went to the left to the 12th hole. And he put another ball down, hit one that dribbled 20 yards, and he threw his club that went 30 yards and stormed off the course.
And that was it. Quite a character.
There'll be no witness involved now, other than me, on that episode.
That's true. That's good.
I don't really have favorite golf holes, but the first hole in one was on number 4, and I was playing with my son.
Oh, wow.
So that was my first golf. I would say that could be my favorite golf hole. The best improvements is to take down the old clubhouse and to build a new one. That took planning and approval almost 4 years. I was on the board about 1993 for 3 years. When I left the board, we formed a long-range planning. That was primarily because our neighbor was taking their 900 or so acres into a residential planning phase. So we had to keep an eye on what they're doing, where they're putting their houses in order to make sure our club can still exist and operating. And at that time, the most significant event happened was when they put in their zoning approval. They're afraid of us objecting to it. They asked us what we would like to see. So we then, Mike Levery talked to me about it as well, and we said, why don't we get a couple of pieces of land that we are least likely going to have to use for golf, and put a zoning approval in for medium density. So I put the plan out very quickly, and we got this in together same time as they did, and we got approved. The 2 pieces of land are the hole number 3 on the right side going towards the green, and also the parking lot. We had no use of them as residential, but it turned out that at the end, when we got the approval to go ahead to build a new clubhouse, those 2 pieces of land were worth a lot of money. We sold them for $7.8 million.